Good evening, everyone. I'm Ava Castleton at Girl Scouts of the USA. We are so excited to present to you our Campfire chat hosted by the Girl Scout Network, How to Make Pastel Azteca, featuring Chef Grace Carranza Doring, Girl Guide alum and former chef at Our Cabaña in Cuernavaca, Mexico. Before we get started, I'd love to tell you a little bit more about the Girl Scout Network. We are Girl Scout alums and supporters from across the world who believe in preparing girls to be the leaders of the future and supporting each other today. If you're an alum who's just reconnecting with us now, welcome back to the Girl Scout Sisterhood. You can watch videos of past events at girlscouts.org/campfire chats. The recipe for today's event can be found in the chat log and in the handout section. We'll be moderating the chat log and sharing your questions for Chef Grace, so don't be afraid to ask away. And if you're inclined to share photos of your own Pastel Azteca later, please tag your social posts with #CampfireChats and @GirlScouts. If you're watching with live captioning, be sure to return to this window to share your questions during the event. And one more thing before we get started, we'd also like to extend a special welcome to the current Girl Scout ambassadors and seniors in the audience. We will be sharing related badge information in the chat. We can't wait to welcome you into the Girl Scout Network when you graduate the program and become alums.
Hello, my name is Grace. I'm gonna be the chef for today. I'm gonna be showing you how to make a pastel azteca, a traditional dish from Mexico, and especially from our cabaña. A little bit about myself. I've been a girl guide since I've been really small. My mom has been a girl guide. My sister's been a girl guide, and my grandma has been a girl guide. So we've been in the movement for lots of years. We are really proud to be, and I'm very glad that you invited me to show you a little bit of our culture. And well, let's start. Okay. So we're gonna make pastel azteca. At first, I'm gonna show you all the ingredients that we're gonna need. So we're gonna have some corn tortillas. These can vary dependent on where you can get them. Some of them are a little bit yellow, some are a little bit whiter. It doesn't matter. It's gonna taste really good. The other one you're gonna need is a chile poblano. This is typical from here, Mexico. We use it for a lot of dishes. We're gonna use a sliced onion, just a bit, and we're gonna use some garlic, just a clover, one of those. We're gonna use some Nor chicken sours, and we're gonna have some chicken like this, just like all stripped out. Salt, and we're gonna use some oil and some sour cream. Okay, so we're gonna begin. We're gonna begin with the tortillas. You're gonna put them, you can use a little bit of this oil. It says that you're gonna use about 4 spoons. You can use a little bit more or a little bit less. I'm telling you, it depends on the tortilla. Sometimes it can get a bit, it can absorb more or less. So you have to use a little bit more, that's fine. It doesn't matter at all. Then you're gonna grab your kitchen clamps. If they get all like spongy like that, that's fine, just be careful. And it's really quick. You don't have to leave them a lot of time, because if you leave them a lot of time, they're gonna get really hard, and then you're gonna make tostadas, and we don't want that. So it's just a really quick, just one side, you flip it over and you take it. And that's completely okay, okay? I'm gonna do only 2, but you're gonna make 12 tortillas just like that. So you're gonna get them already like this. This is how they have to look. They can get a little bit greasy, but that's fine. That's what we need, so that the tortilla doesn't absorb a lot of salsa and it gets like all like, I don't know how to say it, like pasty. We don't want that. And then we're gonna do the poblano. Okay, the poblano, we're gonna grab it and we're gonna put it directly to the fire. You don't have to use a pan or anything. You're gonna put it directly to the fire, and you're gonna leave it right there. You can use your same kitchen clamps, and it's gonna start to crack. You can hear it crack. That's fine. We want that to happen. And you want your chile poblano to be completely black, completely black. I'm gonna show you. It has to be just like this color. Don't worry about it. You're not gonna burn it. This is exactly how it has to look, completely black. Why? Because once I normally rinse this directly into the sink with a lot of water, and you're gonna see the whole like the skin peel out. I'm gonna use a bowl so that you can look at it. I'm gonna put it in the water, and you see the skin can peel off completely, you see? And it comes out perfectly green. It's really fast. One tip is that you probably want to use gloves. We're used to it, and even if we're used to it, sometimes your hands get chilly, and if you get it into your eyes, it could hurt a lot. So if you can use gloves or even a plastic bag, that's gonna be perfect. This is how it's gonna look. Once you have it like that, you can open it. Well, you have to open it, and you're gonna take all the seeds out. A really good tip is that once you get it out of the kitchen, I'm sorry, out of the fire, once it's completely black, you see, this is how the process is going to be. It's really green, and then it's going to start to crack and get really dark. Once it's completely black, you're going to put it in a plastic bag, and you don't have to tie it. You just have to go like this and leave it for like 10 minutes. And then once you get it out, that's how fast you can get all the seeds out. You're gonna put it on your table cutter, and we're gonna slice it. All the chile poblano, we're gonna slice it. Be careful with your eyes because you can get like a burn. So here are all my chile poblanos that I already had. We're gonna leave them right there. And then we're gonna make the sauce. So you're gonna put your tomatoes to boil, and here we are. We're gonna put them, and you're gonna put your onion, your garlic clove, and we're gonna put our tomato. You can take the skin with the clamps, with your kitchen clamps out, and you just can leave it right there. I'm not gonna blend it right now because it's gonna make a lot of noise, but once you blend it out, it has to look like this. So that was quick, right? And then you're gonna grab your your pan, and we're gonna rinse it out. Let me see if you should rinse. Just like this. So that we're gonna do this so that all the seeds from the tomato stay here. With all of if something from the onion stayed here, or the clover, the garlic clove, or something, just gonna stay right here so that we have a really smooth salsa. And we're gonna fry it a little bit here, okay? There we go. Be careful because we have a little bit on the down here. So once we're done, we're gonna leave it right there so that you can get a little bit hot and we can cook. It's gonna boil. Once you have those little boils, that's gonna be perfectly fine. We're gonna leave it for about 1 minute. We have to leave it for 1 minute to boil so that it doesn't get bad. So we're gonna leave it right there for a little while. And oh, but I forgot. I'm so sorry. We're gonna, so that we can make the salsa, we're gonna use the corn chicken stock, so we have a little bit of flavor. So this dependent of you or what you want. You can give a little bit of more. This is a chicken one, but you can have a vegetable one. It all depends on you. That's fine. We're gonna put a little bit of salt, and then we're gonna move it around. And then we're gonna leave it to boil for 1 minute. And once it's ready, we can go ahead and do it. Okay, there we go. Mine is already. So I'm gonna put it right here because you're gonna put that tortilla into the salsa. So I prefer put it from the pan to another plate so it's not hot and you're not gonna get burned. So we're gonna put it right here. And it's easier for you to make all the steps by one. So we're now gonna put everything away from here. There we go. So now, the process. You're gonna have your salsa. You're gonna have your tortillas. You're gonna have your chicken breast, our poblano, our cheese, our sour cream. Or I have to tell you something about our sour cream. We don't have, you guys have sour cream. We don't have the same type of cream, of sour cream that you have. Our cream is much more lighter than yours. Yours a little bit like thicker. So it doesn't matter. You can make it smoother, put in a little bit of milk or water. It doesn't matter if you're lactose intolerant, you can put a little bit of water, but it has to have this like kind of smoothness, you see? You cannot be really thick, otherwise you're not gonna be able to put it all over the pan, okay? And we're gonna use this cheese. It also depends on the region that you live in Mexico. This can depend. In here, we can use even one that it's called Oaxaca, that it's really nice. But if you're like in the north of Mexico, you can also find one that is called Asadero, that is really, really, really good. So that's something that can change depending on where we live. Okay, and you also like in the north, there's also a cheese called Chihuahua that is really good. So that depends on the Mexican. Of course, everybody, depending where you are, you can say that is the best cheese. But so now we're gonna grab a little bit of our salsa, and we're gonna put it first on the pan. We're gonna do this so that the tortillas doesn't stick. So just go ahead and put salsa. Doesn't matter if you put a little bit more, but you cannot put like less because you're gonna get like stuck on it. So we're gonna put a little bit of salsa here. There we go. This is how it's supposed to look. Can you see? There we go. And now we're gonna grab each tortilla. So we're gonna grab the tortilla. You can use your hands, doesn't matter. And you're gonna go ahead and put it on your salsa. And you're gonna put it right. You're just gonna put one, and then you're gonna put the other one. You see, you're gonna make like, it doesn't matter if one gets into the other one, that's fine. You don't be worried that it doesn't fit on your pan. It can always fit. The tortillas always fit. So you can either put, I'm gonna put one here, 4, and then I'm gonna put one in the middle. Just like this. We're gonna put a little bit of our chicken breast. Like this. All over. There we go. A little bit of our chicken breast. And then we're gonna put our poblanos. The poblanos, I like to put them like on strips, you know, because that way when you like cut it, you can perfectly see that everybody's gonna get a little bit of poblano. This poblano, sometimes it can be really just nice flavory, or sometimes it can get a little bit hot, but it's still really good. Okay, and then we have our poblano. This is how I put them, like all the strips here, as you can see. I cannot bend it a lot because it's gonna go all over the place. And then I'm gonna put some sour cream, like this. Just over the plate. There's not like any specific amount of sour cream or chicken or poblano. It's actually dependent on the way you like. It has to have all the ingredients, but it doesn't matter how much you put on it. It's just really good. Then we're gonna put our poblano. Then we have our cream, and then we're gonna put a little bit of cheese. I like to put a lot of cheese. Even you can mix them. I mean, if you can find like Chihuahua or you can find like Monterrey Jack, you can even put both of them. I mean, you can put 3 different types of cheeses. I bet that would be really, really good. And then we're gonna do it all over again. So we're gonna grab our tortilla. Then we're gonna put it again. Just as I say, I'm gonna put 5 tortillas. Just like this. There we go. 4 and 5 tortillas. I don't know if you know, but this is one of the plates that a lot of the girl guys that come here love her. It's like the star plate here in Our Cabaña. And then we go again. So we put a little bit of chicken. Just like this. Like this. And even if you're like a vegetarian, if you like everything of this, but like some vegetarians eat like lactose, or you can actually use cheese that is made out of almonds or that type of different stuff. And if you don't like to put chicken, you can put like mushrooms. You can change it for like even I forgot the name, zucchinis or something like that. So you can make your pastel azteca, but like a vegetarian style, and it's still gonna be really, really good because the tortilla and the peppers are the one that are gonna give it a lot of flavor. So you can make it on your own. I mean, it doesn't matter if you don't eat chicken, you can still enjoy a really good pastel azteca. This is what we do at Our Cabaña when our participants are vegetarian. You can always make it, and it's still really good so that they can enjoy all the Mexican flavor that we have here. Then we have our poblano again, okay? Then we're gonna put a little bit of sour cream. There we go. A little bit of sour cream. We also have another cream that we call it like crema de rancho, that it's from like, it's really good, but it's like homemade sour cream. That's the best one so that you can use, but it's really hard to find it even here in Mexico, but that's like the best one. And even in some supermarkets in the USA, you can find cream that it says Mexican cream. You can also find them right there. So I have a little bit of cream, our sour cream, and then a lot of cheese. There we go again. A lot of cheese. And I think a couple more. This is the last one that we're gonna make. Just so that we wrap on the last one that we're gonna make, we're not gonna put any chicken. So you're gonna put that tortilla just like that. There we go. And on the last one, we're not gonna put any more chicken or pimienta or poblanos. We're only gonna put more cheese so that it can like get stuck and it's grilled, okay? So we're gonna put the last one. And this part, the last one is the one that has to have a lot more cheese because it's the one that's gonna get completely grilled and all melt. Like it's gonna melt and it's gonna make this crispy look on the top. Just like the lasagna, that's why it's called Mexican lasagna. There we go. Try not to, if your Pyrex, if your pan is not that thick, try not to put it like all over because when the cheese and everything melts, it melts, it's gonna get like it's gonna go up. So the probably that it's gonna like start spilling all over. So just have to be careful with that. Give me a second. We're gonna put it on the oven. We're gonna put it for 15 minutes on 3,500 degrees. I'm sorry. Let me put my gloves because you don't want to burn. Be very careful with this. Okay, and this is how we're gonna make it. We're gonna leave it there for a couple of minutes, and then we're gonna take it out. My suggestion is that once you take it out, you have to leave it for about stay for about 10 minutes, because it's really, really, really hard to cut it once it's done. It's just like the lasagna. If you try to cut it once you just like took it out from the oven, it's gonna go all over the place. If you can leave it there, then it's gonna be a lot more easier to cut and to serve, and it's gonna look really, 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 really good. So well, I thank you very, very much for taking me. I think we're gonna go to make some questions. You can ask me. I'm sorry. You can ask me some questions, and you can see the finished plate, and we can enjoy it. I mean, you can enjoy it with me, but I'm gonna enjoy it. So let's go right there, and let's go.
Thank you so much. This looks amazing. I know we have a lot of questions of people who are excited about how they can make this at home and really try to have this authentic experience. So they're so excited, and we just can't wait to see. I know I haven't had dinner yet, and that is definitely, this is I made sure to get the ingredients beforehand because this is something I definitely want to make. Hello. So one of our most popular questions is, how do you cook the poblano if you don't have a gas stove? So if you have an electric stove, what's the best way to cook a poblano?
I would say that probably the best way is that you're gonna have to cut it. Why? Because the poblano, you have to take out that skin. So somehow you're gonna have to leave it, like gonna have to put a pan, and then on the pan you're gonna have to leave it until it's really, 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 really dark, like black, like completely how you show it. But if you leave it completely, it's gonna be really hard just to put the whole size of the poblano. So I suggest that you cut it, not in like really small slices, just like maybe in 4 ways, so that you can put it and move it around until it's completely black, and make the same process. Put it on the bag that I told you, leave it there for 10 minutes, and sometimes even the bag like blows a little bit, that's fine. Take it out and take all the skin away, and you can probably make it, I mean, you can make it exactly the same. This is just like the traditional way that we make it in Mexico.
Excellent. So what is a good side dish to have when you're making this dish as well?
Well, I definitely recommend some black beans. Definitely, it goes completely with the Pastel Azteca. It's going to be really, really, really good. You can actually, it can be like smashed black beans, or even just like whole black beans. I completely suggest like a side dish that will be delicious.
And then there are questions about different types of tortillas. Are there lower carb options? Can one use a flour tortilla? Can you just talk about the different types of tortillas you can use?
Yes, we have to use corn tortillas because when you fry flour tortillas, they get really hard, really quick, and it actually comes another dish in Mexico that it's called a buñuelo. So, and that's a dessert. So it's weird and it's like funny, but if you fry a flour tortilla, it's gonna like blow just like this. And then what we do, I mean, that's a really fast way to do a buñuelo, but then you're gonna grab it, it's gonna blow, it's gonna be hard, and then on a different dish, you're gonna put some cinnamon and sugar. So you're gonna put it, and that's a buñuelo. So it's completely different. That's why we have to use corn tortillas. Doesn't matter if you use low carb tortillas, it actually gonna work pretty well. That's fine. But it's really important that you fry them. You cannot fry them, otherwise it get like all sticky, and it's not a pastel azteca if you don't fry the tortillas. And there are different types of tortillas. I told you there are some that are like yellow, but that's just the difference between the corn that they use. But they're all the same. In here in Mexico, depending on the region, that's the color of that tortilla you have. We also have some purple tortillas, and they're really good.
Oh gosh, I bet that looks just absolutely delicious. So we have a lot
Yes.
of questions, and people just want to know about your girl guiding experience. So what can you tell us a fun story about being a girl guide?
Yes. I I've always been, since I was really small. As I told you, my grandma's been a girl guide since forever, since all the meetings are starting here in Our Cabaña. My mom has also been here since she was like a really, really little girl, and my sister, we've all been here. A lot of fun of things that we used to have is that I'm really like active since I was a little kid. And I used to run all over the Cabaña, and sometimes they were looking for me, but for me it was just like the best thing, because I knew that Saturday I will always come here to Our Cabaña and I were going to play and I can run around, and there are a lot of fruit trees, so I would just love to go and grab some tangerines. So everybody was looking for me, and I was just down there eating my tangerines every day. So it's a fun story, because every time they were like, Grace, where are you? They knew I was going to be downstairs. So that's a really fun story. But
Yeah, and I love that
it's that. I'm sorry?
I love that it's food related.
Yes, it's always food related. We also have here in Mexico a thing that we call kermes that we do before Christmas. For me, we the like the best time of the year, because all the girls from like all the guys, all ages, and everyone here comes, and we have everybody brings different types of dishes, typical dishes like pozole, tacos, pastel azteca, tamales, atole. And for me, that be like the best time of the year, because I knew that my grandma, my mom, my sister, and everyone, all my friends were going to be here, and I would have really good food all at the same time, and I could play. So for me, that was like the best part of the year.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for being here. That's the last question that we have time for. Thank you so much to everyone at Our Cabaña and Chef Grace for all of your help.
Thank you for having me. I'm really, really, really glad. Thank you so much. Hi to everyone. Thanks for watching, and thank you. And this is really good. You should try it.
I want to thank everyone for inviting the Girl Scout Network into your homes tonight. We host a wide variety of campfire chats on everything from careers to creativity. So be sure to stay up to date with our offerings on girlscouts.org/campfire chats. In addition, as we mentioned in the chat log, this event can be used by ambassadors working towards their dinner party badge or seniors working on their traveler badge.